Yo, 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 what is up, everybody? Popo here, bring guys a new video. And today we're going to be looking at some of the top teams that have been going around for the last about month and just see what is really good. As of course, we only have like a week left of this format, so we're going to be going right into Regulation I on ladder and events and everything like that. So now is a great time to really dig into which cores are doing the best. We're here on Lab Mouse. We're looking at from April 1st when it was kind of announced all the way until today, which is the 22nd. And we could see that there are quite a few pairings of teams. This is going to show like win-losses, and you can look at percentages and, you know, the score, and you can check out the way it's scored and everything like that. So we can kind of see where the meta's kind of developing into and where it's going. But it's the most interesting thing is this first team, but it's one person. It's Caly-I is just grinding out these events, these limitless tours, and doing fantastic with this team. So maybe Caly-I's onto something. If we take a look at the team, we're seeing Caly-I plus Zacian, which you wouldn't really expect to be a pair that goes together because they're both physical attackers. So you kind of want to, and oftentimes you kind of want to like diversify your restricted Pokemon so you can have a really good physical attacker, a really good special attacker. And this team kind of breaks that mold a little bit where you're getting two really good physical attackers. With Caly-I Ice, of course, you get the Clear Amulet, Trick Room basic set on it. And then you have the Zacian, who is also a pretty basic set. We even have like the Sacred Sword stuff. I'm sorry that's not perfectly over here. It just the way it is. We got Urshifu with Choice Scarf, so we got a third really good attacker. Ogerpon, Cornerstone, another really good attacker, though it can also be a support mon. We do see Coaching, which does pair well with both of your restricted Pokemon. Pelipper setting up the rain. Both of your Pokemon are weak to fire type attacks, which that makes a lot of sense. And we see Raging Bolt with the Fairy type Terra. A little bit weak to ground with that and Zacian, so therefore you can get rid of that with the Fairy or the Dragon. You can also switch into a Pelipper to get rid of that. So, really interesting synergy here in a very physically offensive team, which, once again, you don't really see too often. A lot of times it is special attackers or physical attackers, but, I mean, they are grinding out and doing really well. There's a couple other people who have used the team and have performed decently well. Let's see. I think they might just be the exact same teams. Yeah, they're just the exact same teams. So maybe a little copycatting going on. You're seeing maybe a little bit of a meta developing off of these. Maybe they're friends, whatever it might be. This one's even in the same order. Could be using rental codes too. I don't know. I couldn't find Kyle's like Twitter, so I couldn't check to see if Kyle has posted that information because I was going to share it with you guys. Now this team is being used by quite a few people. 29 and 9 in these tours is only 4, but a team that is performing very, very well. If we take a look here, we're seeing that Weezing. Weezing is very popular right now because of this Toxic Spikes. Just getting incremental damage onto your opponent's Pokemon is always going to be fantastic. We got Dondozo and Tatsugiri who are going to be big stalls when the Weezing goes down. The Chi-Yu can put on a lot of damage against something like the Caly-Rexes and some of the other restrictors that might be going around. Koraidon setting up that, with the ability shield, setting up that Sun and getting a boost off of it is really, really big because it stops stuff like Fluttermane from being able to get its boost energy, and they're not usually max speed, so you're often able to outspeed them. It also gives you the boost where Miraidon is not getting a boost on the other side if they're going for Miraidon teams, so therefore you can end up one-shotting them pretty easily. So really, really interesting sets. I think it's a really cool situation with the Weezing. And then we have the Calyrex with the Life Orb here. And this is just like a basic set, except they're using Disable. We've been seeing Encore popping up on Calyrex Shadow Riders over the Nasty plot, but now we're seeing maybe a little bit of Disable too. Could be a really cool tech. I think maybe instead of Life Orb, this could be Focus Sash for a little bit more consistency. But I mean, if it's working, it's working, right? We'll see if they're using something similar. Life Orb, Protect. This one has Pollen Puff, so a little bit different there. We're seeing the Tatsugiri with the Focus Sash. See, I guess that does make sense that the Tatsugiri was this one too. Yeah, Focus Sash does make sense. because you do have the choice scarf over here. So yeah, no, it does make sense that it would be on there. But I just like Focus Sash on Calyrex. I think it's just really, really strong. Then we're seeing, the Swordfish. A lot of people are using Swordfish. There's some really good names in here. Like we see Billa up here. Yeah, just it's just good. It's pretty consistent. It has a lot of avenues of play, which is really, really nice. You got a really good physical attacker, sometimes running substitute. I like Sacred Sword, but it depends on the rest of your team. They're running Urshifu, so they don't really need Sacred Sword. And then you got Kyogre, of course. This is going to be usually Mystic Water, but there have been a lot of choice specs, especially on ladder. Maybe not so much in tours because it's a lot easier to counter in tours. But yeah, the choice specs has been doing a lot of damage. I prefer Mystic Water myself. Really good. We got Tornadus with Covert Cloak. Basic sets here. This, in my opinion, is probably the best sets. I've been using Hurricane over Bleak Wind Storm just because it does a little bit more damage to Zamazenta, but my team is a little bit weaker to Zamazenta because I'm not running Urshifu. We have Amoonguss, of course. Amoonguss is really, really good. You can heal up your Kyogre, which is nice, and it allows you to stall out turns of Trick Room, which is always good. Incineroar, I like Rillaboom a little bit more, but it makes sense. But yeah, I mean, this team has been performing very, very well. A lot of people using it, like I said. So this is one of the most used teams. It does have a lower win rate, but I think that's just because of how many people are trying this combination. Now, this is another one that was really interesting to me, and that's going to be Miraidon plus Lunala. This isn't a pair I would probably put together. I think it's very unique, and yeah, the amount of offensive pressure you can put on with scaring Trick Room when you have something like Iron Hands plus Lunala is really nice. Tailwind, Lunala, and Miraidon can both work inside of Tailwind. You got Choice Scarf Chi-Yu to pressure the stuff that pressures Lunala. You can force some Terras and stuff like that. And then Iron Hands can just deal with like Calyrex Shadow or Ice Riders and stuff. So there's like a lot of viability with these two that I feel like is not super explored yet. We do see some people using it, of course, but not enough to like say this might be a good team, because we do see some good results. Of course, 61% is a little low, so maybe it needs some more tuning. We need to see some more unique sets, or maybe one or two of the Pokemon need to be altered. So which one is this is Surging Strikes. Maybe Dark Urshifu could work here instead, but you do have the Chi-Yu, so maybe not. Decent team, though. Interesting team. This team doesn't have a lot of uses. It only has 3, but they've all performed pretty well. And we got Yotam here, so it's not bad. It's not bad. I think this is just a slight alteration to some of the more reasonable versions of this team. It all depends on what you want to run. So, I mean, here we're seeing Amoonguss. Most of them are running Rillaboom, so you have the double Fake Out boys. So it's just like 1 or 2 alterations that are going on these Calyrex Zamazenta teams just to get an advantage over the other versions of the team. And yeah, it's one of the most popular team sets is just those 2 Pokemon, right? It's just like they're kind of everywhere right now. So you do have to be careful for them. Speaking about Pokemon that are like paired together and doing really well, but have different variations, that's going to be Miraidon plus Calyrex Ice Rider. Be able to stop your team from going to sleep, which is one of the biggest deals with Ice Rider, is that like you can switch in Amoonguss on a Trick Room turn and then put it to sleep, but now with Miraidon, you can't do that because they can just get rid of the terrain and then now you're sleeping. So it's a really cool adaptation of the team that won the World Championships, and it's interesting to see how this is going to do at the early on events, because I think it might be a team that actually performs pretty well. Here's another one of the Zama teams, Zama Calyrex, and this one's actually been doing well from RP Joka here. This one is also run the Disable, so I guess the Encores are switching over to Disable, it looks like. We have Chen Pao plus Zamazenta, which is really good, but you always have the Urshifu plus Rillaboom that could pair well with it too. And this one has the adaptation, instead of having Incineroar, you have the Raging Bolt, which, once again, if you didn't watch my tier list, I can't even think, my tier list, you would see that I don't rate Incineroar super high, so I think this is a really, really good Pokemon in switching in for that. It gives you a second really good special attacker. rather than having another physical attacker, which I feel like you can get some physical attacker fatigue from a team like this. That's why you have to run the Chen Pao in the first place, is because you need that extra damage, right? Especially if they start going for intimidates and doing all that stuff, then you just get that little bit extra damage. But yeah, those are kind of the main teams that are doing well. I'm seeing this one starting to pop up a little bit more. I think James Beck just did a video of this team. I could be wrong. It could be like a variation of this team, but I think it is this team. I haven't watched it yet. But yeah, this could be something that you have to watch out for. I think Miraidon is something you definitely need to have a counter to. But yeah, and this team too. This team, he did do a video about, and it's a very interesting team. It's really, really cool. I don't know how well it's going to do at big events because it's just such a flip-floppy team, I feel like. I think Weezing's just a little bit better than going for, what was it even saying? I forgot. Toxapex. I was going to say Marini, but that's the first one. It's like, it's just slightly better option, and it gets rid of your opponent's abilities and stuff. So, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how this can perform, because I imagine somebody's going to bring a variation of this team probably to the first regional, because it has been so popular recently. This is also another really good one that people are going for, and yeah, you can see like quite a few people are going for it, and it also has performed well. Shout out to Cheese Boy. He's one of the local boys around here, so shout out to him. But yeah, there's just some good teams building up. This one has an 80% win percentage. Like, we see a few different people using it as well. We see a lot of 1 losses. Who knows? This could be the one. Maybe it's Sneasler. Where did it just go? Close it. Okay. I wanted to look at this. Yeah, it goes for the toxic spites, the fake out, and stuff like that. I believe James Beck also used this one. But yeah, it's just, this is with the Encore. Like I said, I've been seeing that a lot more often. But yeah, there's just quite a few teams that are interesting. So try these teams out if you can find rental codes. Like I said, James Beck is doing a video on a lot of these. So is Cybertron starting to do his Reg I stuff. So check out their videos, get their rental codes that they're using. Also, I'm probably not going to be streaming, making any more videos this week, because the Oblivion Remastered just dropped. I'm downloading it now. That's why I'm making this video right now. And I'm going to be playing that all week. So yeah, no streams, no videos for the rest of the week. But if you love Skyrim and you never played Oblivion, now is your opportunity. It's free on Game Pass. Definitely check it out. Even if you have played it before, it is one of the best games of all time. One of my favorite games of all time. I cannot wait to dive into this. This is, like, I'm so excited. I haven't been this excited for a game in a long time. Like I'm so excited. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, make sure you guys thumbs it up. If you're not subscribed, make sure you guys do so. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye, everybody.